Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Look what I've got for you today. I've got a gorgeous tiny Preemie beanie. It's one of the most easiest patterns to do. You can see it's just on my 4 fingers, and it's a great one for beginners, great one for a project, for a hospital. What you need to do is what you need to know are just half double crochets. So I would say 4.5, and you want to have a length of about 3.5 to 4 as well. But of course, you know, you can tuck this up as high as you want to go. It's a cute little hat, and I would say it's for between £3 to £4, maybe stretch it to £5. It's not for the really tiny babies, which are just a couple of pounds. I would say £3 to £4. I'm going to show you how to make this adorable little hat. Now, you would need to have lightweight yarn, number 3, and also you will need a 4mm crochet hook. I've got a very worn out one, but it's my favourite. And you will need a needle. Also have a measuring tape if you have, or anything to measure your work with. So to begin this pattern, I'll just push this aside. I've got some little yarn here. You will need to chain, using the 4mm crochet hook, chain 24. This is the length that I got for the hat, which includes the little fold over at the bottom. If you are using other yarns and other hooks, you want to approximately, let's have a look, about 14 centimeters. So you want the bottom of the hat to the top where we sew the top end up, including the flap. This is a total of about 14 centimeters, approximately 5.5 inches, because you want to have anything between 3.5 to 4 inches for the hat, and then you fold the additional inch and a half. Okay, so I'll show you that when we get to it. So for me, for the lightweight yarn with my tension and a 4mm crochet hook, I'm looking at 24 chains. So to begin, just do your chain of 24 chains. Just bear with me, my bracelet's annoying me. Right, because I can hear it banging on the floor, on this, because this is glass, sorry. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. So once this chain will look a bit smaller, once you work into it, it stretches out a little bit more as well. So like I said, you want to have approximately 5.5 inches if you can. So yeah, mine's kind of like just, well, I think I did stretch it a little bit, but yeah, it will be the right size. So it's just under 6, I would say. But it doesn't matter if you're a little bit out, remember, you could just fold up the cuff a bit more. Okay, so it's going to be a half double crochet rib. Now the reason why I like the half double crochet, it gives it a really nice squish to it as well. You can do a single crochet rib if you prefer. I wouldn't suggest a double crochet. I just don't think it looks nice, but you could do a single crochet rib if you prefer, but just remember you're going to need a lot more rows to get to the length that you need. So yarn over, never count the one on the hook, skip one, go to the next one, pop your hook in, pull up a loop and pull through 3. That's your half double crochet, and you want to do that in every chain along. You will not need any other stitch, just half double crochets. And you want to do this to the end of your chain, and you should have, because we worked into the second chain for this pattern, you shall have 23. Just remember that figure, or whatever your chain was to get to that measurement I just said. Just remember how many stitches that you do work, and it will be the same for every row. If for any reason I'm going a bit too fast, please do slow me down in the settings, and you can put captions on, and of course you can pause me at any time. Okay, I'm coming to the bottom of my chain. If you haven't, you can pause me here. Okay. Next row and every other row is exactly the same. So chain 1, flip your work. And don't ever get confused with the half double crochets have these 3 loops. You'd think that these are your 2 loops, they're not. If you flip the work over, it's these 2 loops. So you'll always have this little loop running at the front. Ignore that completely. These are your 2 loops. If you flip your work over, here. And we want to just go into the back loop. The back loop is what forms the ridge. So yarn over, go into the very first one. This is the stitch. So ignore that, flip your work over, and that's the back loop there. In you go, pull up a loop and pull through 3. Yarn over, tip your work over if you're having any problems and you want to do a half double crochet in every back loop. When you get to the end of this tutorial, I will give you the reminders again, okay, for the measurements that you need for the Preemie hat. What it should be using, whatever yarn you're using, and whatever hook you're using. Okay, this is and we have one there as well. Remember the back loop as well. I'll do one more with you to show you what to do. Chain 1, flip your work, yarn over, that's your first stitch there, flip it over and begin from the back loops and do your half double crochets. And you will always have 23 half double crochets if you did 24 chains, that is, of course. Okay, so hopefully you've got the hang of this. It's always chain 1, flip your work and back loops, half double crochet. When you get to the end here, always remember there's this one, and it's not these 2 loops. If you flip it work over, it's these 2, so that will be your back loop here. So you will carry on with this until you get to the length that you need. So if you're using lightweight and 4mm crochet hook, then it's fine. Chain 24. Aim to be about 5.5 inches this way. Then you'll carry on repeating these rows. It could mean extra rows for you or less rows for you. But again, you want to aim for about 8 inches because the width of the hat should be about 4. Because remember, these are quite stretchy. So 4 inches, anything between 4 and a bit. Now, they don't have to be spot on, okay? So don't worry if you come to your last row and think, right, well, you know, it's better to be, should I say, a couple of millimeters out rather than, you know, or even up to 1/2 centimeter out rather than frogging your entire work. So approximately 5.5 inches this way, and you want 8 this way. And I'll show you one here that I did in pink. So for me, it came out to be 19 rows, but it might be 20 rows for you. It might be 18 rows for you. You want to aim for 4 inches, sitting as it is, okay? Not stretched, just as it is. So I prepared this one earlier, as they say, because I didn't want to keep you waiting too long. Now grab your needle and I'll show you how to stitch up the hat. It doesn't matter, there's no right side or wrong side to this. You can either join this way and work with your whip stitch that way. You can go backwards, depending on how you hold your yarn, hold your needle. So in my case, that's where it ended. So I'm just going to pop it through this same side where I've got this little yarn bit, and just join up the 2 edges for the first bit. So I pulled it through, and then I'm going to do it one more time. That's all you need for a baby hat. Because remember, they're so little, tiny little things. They're not going to tug or pull or anything. And the more knots you do, the more crazy it gets. I'm just going to hold this for now. Again, what you want to do is line up, if you can, the stitches. Can you see this one and that one? This one, and then the 2 loops from that one. This one and the 2 loops from that one. But again, do not worry if you think, right, I really can't be bothered with that, or it's a bit too much, or I'm just going to lose my way. I'll give you another way of doing it. You're never going to show on the other side. So roughly grab your edges, go about halfway, and place your just evenly anywhere. Doesn't even have to be in the stitches. So you can see I'm going to do the naughty way, which is just do a whip stitch across. Don't pull it too much. Doesn't matter if the stitches are aligning or not. I'll leave that actually, I'll just weave that little bit in. The reason why I say halfway, I'm still holding it here in my hand, is that you don't end up having less on the other side. Just keep doing the same stitch round and round. A couple of more. Just wherever you start off, just a centimetre gap, if it's not in the stitches, that is. So when you get to about here, just grab your work again, put the 2, in my case this is the first half double crochet here, and that's my first stitch here. Doesn't have to be absolute perfect, what you see. So now you can see, depends on the tension, you've got this little curve here, and this one's pretty straight. This is what this allows it to do. So you just pull the work together, because you don't want one end hanging off the end. So keep doing your whip stitch, or if you want to do it any other way, you could work across with a hook and do a single crochet if you want, but I wouldn't advise it because this turns out really flat, whereas the single crochet, you know, it's going to have a definite seam on the inside, and being a baby's hat, you don't want it to. So again, roughly grab your very last 2 bits here. You can open it up and check it, and if you think, right, okay, I'm a bit off, just do another one, so long as it's straight. Okay, and now as we are this way in, we will just, again, there's no, you can see there's 1 row, there's 1 row, there's 1 row. You just don't cut the yarn, put your hook in and pull it out again in a centimetre. So in by a centimetre, out by a centimetre, or whichever method again you prefer. And this is going to close off the top. So this is just a normal in-out stitch. What's the name of this, guys? My brain's not working. In-out stitch. So yeah. Closest to the top as you can. Don't be down here because that's going to create more. Right up to the top edge. Okay, where was the seam? There it was. A couple more. You want to get back to where you joined. That could be an indication. So go right up to where my thumb is here. I would say one more. And then it's pretty simple. Just pull the yarn. Closes up the work. You can put your fingers through if that helps. Just make sure that it's nice and tight. But don't tug it too much, just in case the whole thing snaps off and then you'll have to start again. So once you get it as close as you need, just put your hook through. And make a knot to secure that first. So long as just keep it nice and flat. Don't make a big pile of knots in one place. Go again. You can go across. Go this way. You're just securing it, so do it however you want to do it. It doesn't have to be absolutely neat because it's on the inside. Once if you think you've got, oops, squeaky needle, then just one knot and then do another knot next to it. And that should do the job. Where is my scissors? I lost my little gold ones. Right, so just snip off your work. This is the bit, you could have taken it all the way up and then snipped it off here, but just up once. Down one, should I say, and then up one and then down again, because I'm holding it this way. That's all you need. And your hat's done. Looks like a little tube because it's so tiny. So you will turn it out from the top. There's the seam at the back. Doesn't really matter. And fold it up. How cute is that? Now, you can fold it and add a little bow on here or a little flower. I'll leave all of that up to you. I wouldn't advise against pom-poms because they're so tiny. Remember, it's a preemie hat. If you're making this in a larger hat, 0 to 3, then add whatever you want to add. If you want to just keep that secure, you could add a little bow or a flower, or just leave them plain. I actually think they look really nice plain, but that's just me. So this yarn is slightly a bit different than this, but they've worked out the same, approximately. What do you think? This up a bit. These are my Preemie ribbed baby beanies. These are great little presents, great for hospitals. And again, these Preemie things are really good because they're great for announcing that you're having a baby as well. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I thought I'd make some more Preemie stuff. Before I started on my patterns adventure, this is what I used to do all the time. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your support, everybody. Please do subscribe, like and share, and do send these to anyone who you think might like to give it a go. If there are youngsters out there that are learning to crochet as well, this is a great one because it's just 1/2 double crochet. Yes, the back loop is a little bit tricky, but I think they should be able to master it once you've shown it to them a couple of times. Yeah, go ahead and make a bunch of these for the hospitals. Great. Okay guys, take care and I'll see you very soon.